Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Golden Ratio podcast. I am Jen, GR Mom, joined over distance by GR Dad.
Hi.
How's it going, GR Dad?
Fine.
How are things over distance?
Technology is making it seem like we're really close.
Yeah, you sound farther away than you did when we were practicing talking to each other.
Well, I'm trying to be really loud.
Are you holding the phone far away from your face?
No.
Like the mic, you need to hold it close to your mouth.
How about this?
Oh, that's much, much better. Okay, good. Glad we sorted that out. The cocktail of the week this week is
you out.
homemade Baileys. A couple friends of the squad sent us this TikTok/reel on how to make Baileys yourself at home. It looks really good. It's got like a cup of whiskey and sweetened condensed milk and, a couple other things. I haven't made it yet, but it looks delish.
I had no idea Bailey's was whiskey with like dairy in it.
Yeah. Weird.
Whiskey. Huh. I thought it was just, tasty chocolate.
Huh. Okay.
Huh. Well, it shows you what I know about ingredients. This is why I can't cook.
That's true.
Yeah.
You don't really understand ingredients. That's okay.
I don't understand a lot of things.
I have nothing on administrative corner. Do you have anything?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Administrative corner. Nope, I don't think I have any fish scandals. And I think we don't have any projects right now, so I think we're good.
All right. It's time for dog updates.
Okay.
We got a new dog.
Seriously, that should be the administrative corner substitute because I love administrative corner, but this is the best news.
Yeah, so we did the podcast a few weeks ago where I was talking about how I missed Hops and I wanted a puppy, and you were like, no. And I was like, it's okay, I understand.
And by the end of the podcast, I was like, uh-oh. Jen really wants that kind of a puppy.
Yeah, we had talked about it before, but not like in person. Like I was up in Maryland or I don't know, we weren't together.
Yeah.
And then that podcast was the first time that you had seen me talk about it in person.
Yeah, and I think you really had thought this through.
And I cried also.
You did. Yes.
And then Inga kept saying, you should just get the puppy. And for like 3 days, I was like, I'm not going to get the puppy. I understand you don't want the puppy. And then finally I was like, okay.
Yeah, so just say yes. Jeez.
So we got this puppy because Cousin Shadow's mom was getting a puppy from the same litter. And that was where I was like, oh man, I want a puppy from that litter to, be a continuation in the line of Hops and Vink. So she did get a puppy from that litter. His name is Logan. We've also discovered another brother from the litter who has an Instagram account, and his name is Mashed Potato. Not Mashed.
Such a good name.
Mashed
Such a Potato. Good name.
Such a good name. A real Golden Ratio style name. So you can find Mashed Potato the Golden over on Instagram also. And then Logan.
It works on so many levels. That's a great name.
And of course, our puppy is Gorgonzola, or Zola for short.
Yeah.
And she is just the cutest little thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. I love her so much.
I've never seen her except for video. I have not had the pleasure.
She's so she looks sweet.
Amazing.
I decided, the first night is always hard, especially when you get a puppy like that, because it's like their first night away from the litter. And, a lot of times they cry all night. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put her in the bed with me. Like normally we don't do that because they'll like pee in the bed. She's not housebroken at all. And I was like, whatever. I don't want her to cry all night. And so I put some towels in the bed. Tonight I have a new waterproof blanket for the bed. But she like would like crawl on top of me. And like at one point she like army crawled across my face and then like laid down with like her belly covering my nose and mouth. She's like, this is great. And I was like, I'm going to die.
Kill you.
Not the worst way to go.
Puppy death. Puppy suffocation.
She's so snuggly. She absolutely has chocolate chip eyes. Her eyes are just like Hops. She licks the lamp. Longtime followers of the Golden Ratio.
Cube shaped.
She is definitely cube shaped. She's a chunky little puppy.
Yeah.
God, she's just so lovely.
It just reinforces how actually weird Feta looks.
Yes.
Feta, you're a weirdo. You may not even be golden.
Feta, though.
I think Feta might be part
Oh,
weasel.
stop it.
Ferret?
Uh, so anyway, I picked up Zola on Monday, then it is Wednesday, and I can tell she's already like much more comfortable today. She loves to chase me around. Like I bring her outside, every 45 minutes, and she's like, "Run around, lady." And so I'll like run across the yard, and then she'll like bound after me, and then I'll run to the other side, and she'll
Oh my
bound
god.
after me. Uh, she's just adorable and enthusiastic and lovely.
I think it's great that you get to bond with her without having the other jealous dogs around and being like, "How about me? How about?" And Feta being like, "I could chomp the new thing."
Oh my god.
It's
She's
nice
gonna
to have a
like me
week where
better
she's.
for at least for 10 days till she meets you. That's gonna be nice.
I smell like meat, so she'll like me fine. But
She's very good.
I would not
Um,
be as distracting to your sort of socialization efforts as all the other knuckleheads around here.
I did take her over to see Cheddar and Fam. Cheds was a dick to her. I love you, Cheddar Cheese. But I mean, he was okay, but then he would also growl at her. And so we
That's
had to
not
keep them
okay. You
separated.
don't growl at that puppy.
No. I mean, he didn't just like try to murder her. Like they had some
That's pretty
interactions.
good. Good
Uh
job. No.
he's an old blind man and
I know the
she was
blindness
not
really has
afraid.
made him grumpy.
Um but she's just lovely. So she is so Gold Rush is where Hops and Vink were from. And the lady who ran Gold Rush died a few years ago. And the woman, Amy, who had been doing a lot of the work, who is actually the person we talked to when we got Hops and Vink, she now has all those dogs and is continuing to breed them. So they're called Golden Goose Farms now. Um, the main dogs are Top Gun names. That's what the goose in Golden Goose is. And then I also met Maverick when I was there. Maverick is Zola's grandpa, mom's dad. And man, he was so sweet. He has this like giant head, one of those Goldens with just like the huge giant head.
I like the big
And
heads.
oh, I do too. And I walked in and he like walked up to me and he like sat down on my foot and they like tilted his like big giant head back and like looked at me, like leaned on me. I was like, oh my
Oh,
God, this is
that's
so
pretty
good.
good.
He's so
Yeah,
nice. Followed me around the whole time. All the dogs there were so pretty. So
that's great. I'm pretty happy that you got a girl. We need some balance here.
yeah, it's nice to
You
have a
boys be
girl.
crazy.
So she's gonna be one, she and Feta are gonna be like total BFFs. It's gonna be crazy to get the two of them together.
Feta, your karma is waiting in
Yeah.
the form of someone maybe more energetic than you, although it may be tied.
But she's got some real Hops and Vink energy. So she's gonna be that kind of stabilizing force for all of the rescue dogs that we get going forward, which is
She's
pretty
just
awesome.
friendly and nice and patient. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know
like
about
great
patient. She's a
temperament.
crazy puppy right now.
She's just lovely. Like she's fine with whatever. I pick her up and she's like, "Okay, we're doing this now." Okay, runs around.
She's not timid like Feta. Feta's
No,
still pretty timid, shy, however you want to say it. I don't really mean it as a bad thing. It's fine, but she's cautious.
yeah, I would say Zola is confident, um,
Mm-hmm.
but not like aggressive. She's just fine with
Like
everything. She's
Vink,
good,
could just
like
does
Vink.
stuff.
Hmm.
Doesn't worry about it. She's like, I'll just do it.
Yeah, I can't tell. I mean, she's only 8 weeks old, so I can't tell if she's smart yet. Right? She's just
Vink
like
isn't
she'll
smart, but she's
she'll. That's what I'm
adorable.
saying. Hops was smart. Vink is awesome. And Zola, she'll be outside and I'll like say her name and she'll like look up and then she'll look in
Wow.
exactly the opposite direction of where I am. Like she doesn't really understand vert. Also, like if I'm up the stairs, she cannot figure out where I am. Like she runs around, like she'll hear
Really?
me.
She just hears a voice and just is like,
And she's like,
oh,
Is she in another room? Like I
voice
don't
of
understand where
God.
she could be. Yeah. Doesn't understand up or down.
Up or
Uh
down?
no, that's okay. She's small. She's very small. Um
What a strange little girl.
She's so sweet. And so she just goes like crazy hard for usually half an hour and then she sleeps for about an hour. Yesterday she went crazy hard for like 2 hours before bed and that did not get us to sleep all the way through the night. But I think it was better. The first night we went to bed at like 11 and then we got up at 1, 3, 5 and 7. Now last night
Do you think
I
it's
was
because
like
it's prime numbers or odd numbers? What do you think she prefers?
well, we didn't get up at 2, which is a prime number, so I'm gonna go with not prime.
All right. Well, she's definitely trying to tell you something with that sequence. If
Yeah.
you crack the code, you'll win.
So last night, I was like, I'm so behind on work stuff, and I was like, okay, I have this like homework due for my Harvard class. I have this one class this semester, and then I graduate in May, and I've been kind of slacking on it. And I was like, I have an assignment due today, Wednesday, so Tuesday night. I'm like, gotta finish the assignment. So I stayed up until 2 a.m. basically. I finished it at like 1:45, and
Good
I like
job.
go. Thank you. Yeah, I go to upload it, and I did the assignment that's due next week. I did not do the assignment that was due
Oh,
today. So I texted
what?
Ingo at 1:45. You were
Oh,
asleep, and I was like, I stayed up till 2 a.m. doing this assignment that's due next week, and I have
so
not done the assignment that's due this week.
I know. When I read
Um,
that at 6:30 in the morning, I didn't want to respond because you were still sleeping
I
from your
appreciate it.
2 a.m. I know, but my response would have been, "Oh no!"
Yeah, I did get it done though. It's fine. But
Now
anyway,
you're
so I
ahead, though.
yeah, I'm a little ahead. If I had done the one that was actually due today, I would not have to redo some stuff on the one for next week that I figured out in the process. But anyway, so we went to bed at 2,
Well,
and she got up at 3, and then I think we got up at 5, and then at 7
and getting up means you bring her outside to
bring
pee.
her outside to pee. Yeah,
Yeah,
she like cried. She cried more the first night. Just I think it was just like anytime she felt something, I'm full, I'm hungry, I need to pee, I don't
yeah.
understand what's going on, she'd
I
kind of
had
cry.
I had a dream. Yeah.
Yeah, so she'd wake up and kind of make some cryy sounds and rearrange herself, and I'd take her out to pee, and then she'd go back to sleep.
She
There's
does
less
make really cute little sounds. Like they're
so
little,
cute.
small little grunts and moans.
Yeah. Last night there was less crying, but like I think at 6 she started like chewing on my ear, and I was like, okay, no, we're not doing this right now. So I'm right now. It's like 9 o'clock, and I was like, Ingo, we need to podcast because I have to go to bed. I'm so tired.
Oh yeah.
Um, but it's fine. She's lovely in the bed. She's so snuggly, and I love her.
I
She's
think
great.
it does sound like you're not totally miserable, even though it's not. This is not that easy. You're not sleeping much, and she's energetic.
Here's what happens. I like wake up at 3 a.m. because she's like crawling around making little sounds. And I'm like, oh, 3 a.m. And then I'm like, oh, puppy. Like, that's okay. I
Yeah.
love the puppy.
Probably just smells like a puppy too.
Oh my
Disgusting.
God. She smells just like her puppy breath is strong, man. It's strong right now. It's so cute. Oh, she's
Uh,
so soft. She's so fluffy. I love her so much. Thanks for letting me get her.
she is adorable.
Yeah.
No, more puppies is more better. I mean, come on.
It's gonna be great. She didn't really have any accidents the first day. She's had like 5 accidents today. She's
Well,
like
I
not
mean,
housebroken. She doesn't know what to do. But I think so today I got this idea where I was like, it would be great for her is one of those balls that's got like power on the inside and it kind of rolls itself around. I'm like, she's gonna love a ball that rolls herself around. And if you are a Patreon follower, you'll know that I did get said ball and she fucking loves it. Like she barks at it, she pounds at it, she like gives it confused looks. Um and what I've noticed is that she's peed 3 times in the house today, and it's always when she's playing with the ball, so I think she gets really wound up and excited at that ball rolling itself around and then pees.
hmm.
She's
Maybe
had
you
a
should
couple
take the ball
accidents.
outside and let her pee while she's playing with the ball
Well,
outside.
this is not Florida, and while we are very lucky that the weather
Oh,
has been quite nice, um, for February in Maryland, like, it's kinda rainy and it's, like, 60.
oh, it's damp.
Yes, it's definitely damp.
Ugh.
So and like I have shit to do, so I can't sit outside like in the mist and like watch her chase this ball around. Like,
Fair enough. Fair enough. I
um,
see.
but so I think they just don't have great bladder control at 8 weeks anyway. So I think she's getting
Hang on.
excited, and then that happens.
She's
Um,
uh she's entitled to be figuring this out after 8 weeks.
yeah, she's doing great.
What else was she licking? the other day? You were
The
telling me
lamp. She licked the lamp.
lamp. She loves lamp.
For old school golden ratio followers, you will know that Hopper and also Queso used to lick the base of the floor lamp that we have in the living room, um, like quite insistently.
Weirdly,
At
yeah.
one point, I was like, "I'm gonna go lick the lamp so I can just figure out if it tastes like something." It didn't taste like anything. I did
Didn't even
lick the
taste like
lamp.
rust. I mean, it didn't
It
taste like
doesn't taste
anything.
like rust. It did not taste like anything.
They licked that lamp. I wouldn't say quite obsessively, but
Close.
seriously.
Mm-hmm.
They did some concentrated effort licking, and for years.
Oh yeah.
Must have been. There must be something taste receptors that you don't have.
I'm
It's
sure they
something.
definitely have those, but
Yeah. Or it's
yeah, so
haunted.
anyway, she walked up to the lamp and she kind of like licked it, gave it a little gnaw. So,
Can't believe she was gnawing on your ear. God.
oh yeah.
Give
It
that dog some toys. I bet you're
she
not giving
like
her any toys.
no, not at all. She comes right up and she like puts her little face in my face and I'm like, "Hi." And then she does like a big yawn, and as the yawn finishes, she will chomp down on whatever is closest. My nose, my chin, cheekbone, ear, anything. She doesn't care. Just chomp and then she's like, "Ah, ah, ah." So, man, there's toys everywhere.
Yeah,
Like
I
this
know.
house looks like an
I
explosion
mean,
right
there's
now.
leftover ones from Feta still, that
They at
she
least were
didn't.
all put away before. Now they are not. They are
Well,
everywhere. And
I
I've got
mean,
like the water. I've got these king size. This got it. I gotta say, like one of my better ideas. So on Amazon for like $60, you can get a king sized waterproof blanket, truly king sized. And I've put those down over the rugs in the rooms that she's going to be in. So
oh,
if she pees, which she has done a number of times, you don't have to clean the carpet,
it's
right? And
waterproof.
actually, the blanket doesn't really even absorb it very much, so you can just kind of blot it up off the blanket. After like the fifth one today, I threw the blanket in the wash, and I got another
But,
one, put
but
it
you can
down.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you just wash them. So it's like, oh, it has
Uh,
just made like the cleanup, like the whole process, so much easier. Like if she goes on the floor, it's fine, right? I got the Clorox wipes, I clean it up. Um, but
but
yeah, the
the
carpets
carpet,
have been
yeah,
spared. Um,
that's
so
good.
yeah, so there, but it's a mess, right? There's like this big old blanket on the rug. It's not a rug, and then
Sure.
there's all the toys on it, and she pounces around, so it like moves around. So it's a little more chaotic in here than I normally like, but
It's
it's fine.
great that you can do that though without the other dogs, right? Like, can you imagine trying to do that here where there's five other dogs who'd be like tugging on it or rolling themselves up in it? I'm looking at Feta,
Yeah,
but everyone does weird stuff around here.
yeah,
So it's good that you have a little grow chamber,
it's nice. It's
enrichment
nice that we
chamber.
get this little chunk of time together.
Yeah,
So there
yeah,
you go.
because
That's
you're gonna be
Zola.
up there for like a week.
Yeah, I'm coming back a week from Thursday.
Yeah,
So I still have a full week and a day or so with Zola.
and you were gonna do this before Zola. It's not like you're just like self isolating. It just happened to work out
Oh yeah,
together.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I've got work stuff until next Thursday. So
Yeah, and
or
you always
Wednesday.
were gonna do that. Yeah,
Yeah. No, so it just worked out great. I mean,
yeah.
if I didn't have all this work stuff, I would have brought her back down and been like, enjoy and go. Because it's sad that I don't get to see you for a week and a half. But
You have to say that. That's nice though. You don't even remember who my name. You're just all puppy loving.
she's real cute though. I love her so much. So
Yeah, that's
you
good.
okay, so that's Zola. You did a 3-dog Miami trip today.
Yeah, because Remy has had his eye doctor recheck. Nothing of concern. Just we're trying to do it more regularly than never.
Yeah.
Um, and they're. I mean, everyone in Miami now realizes that we're coming up 3 hours, so they're all trying to be really good about scheduling. So they scheduled it an hour away from the time Venk had to go in for chemo, and the practices are like a mile apart. So
Yeah.
there's like a whole cluster in South Miami of vet clinics. It seems it's like Vet Clinic Alley. Um,
Yeah, there really are a lot of them up there.
so Remy had a 1 o'clock eye appointment, and then Venk had a 2 o'clock chemo appointment. So it was actually quite easy.
And then Feta came along for Moral support.
Moral support, and because she's most suspect if left alone for most of the day. Who knows
Yeah.
what the heck she could do or not do? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Um, so everyone did great on the drive. They're all good. She and Feta and Remy shared the back seat, and by which I mean Feta just kind of spread out, and Remy had to kind of croissant around the outside of Feta.
Croissant.
Yeah. So, but it was all friendly and fine.
It's funny because when Feta and Guac are in the back seat, Feta rides in like the hang down hammocky part that's like actually off the seat. But
Yeah.
with Remy, she's like, I'm in the middle.
She did kind of, yeah. She was on the bench part, not the hammocky part.
Yeah.
Remy had to kind of go into the hammocky part. But Remy also, as soon as anything crinkles in the front seat, like I'm eating little baby carrots or something, the big head comes right over my shoulder. I mean, so much more aggressive than Guac even. Remy's just like, "Are you eating something?
Yeah.
What are we eating? What are we eating?
Give me some.
Give me some."
Give me some.
Yeah, and then Bank was all the way in the back. So they're all good. So I brought Remy in, and he checks out very well. He had a little bit of inflammation last time he was there and didn't have any this time. And the vet was like, and he's still resorbing his cataract, so he's still
Woo!
slightly better vision than the last time. So that's great.
Awesome.
And so then I packed everyone back in the car. Actually, I went to a little dog park beforehand that's around there, and then I packed everyone in the car, drove to the other clinic, basically dropped off Vank, took Remy and Feta to the dog park that's close to that one. We saw some lizards, but I didn't want to engage in full scale chasing because Remy and Feta together are much stronger than just Feta together, and I don't want to be dragged into the canal. Um, so they were good. It's kind of uneventful in the dog park. They don't really go crazy, and I haven't been able to get them over the obstacle course at all. Disappointing.
Yeah. I tried
Um,
when I had Feta up there a couple weeks ago and I couldn't do it.
yeah, she's not that interested. It's like all astroturf, and she sniffs a lot, but she's not even interested in the balls that are there. Apparently, if they don't smell like guac, she's not that interested. She loves guac.
She was chasing the balls for me, but she does love guac.
Yeah, yeah. So and so Vink checked out well and had normal levels of everything. Everything's still in remission, and she was not anemic, and so she got her chemo, and we drove back, and she ate all her dinner, and she went swimming, and she played a little bit, so she seems in good spirits. We'll see how she does tomorrow, but right now she's lying on her back in her dog bed as she's wont to do, and everyone's sleeping.
Nice.
So it was a successful trip. All good news, which is the nicest kind of vet visits. Oh, and I took Brody to get a massage and a laser treatment yesterday.
Spa day.
Old man spa. And he gets acupuncture, and then they connect little electrical wires to the acupuncture needles, and then they zap him
Zappy
with
needles.
I hope it's low voltage. He seems to like it fine. It's supposed to reduce inflammation and relax the muscles around his spine so he's not all seized up. I don't know. It doesn't hurt. He likes the massage. He likes the attention. He kind of falls asleep during the treatment, but he's hopping up on the ottoman. He's going swimming. He's running around. So it's
Yeah.
if he likes it, he can have some treatments.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Good. I cannot
I think.
wait for Feta and Zola to meet each other. Oh my god. They're gonna be
Holy
cuddle
man,
pals and they're
it
gonna be
could be.
chomping each other all the time.
It's going to be a disturbance in the force. I mean, it's like putting matter and antimatter together. It could be real bad.
I think it's gonna be like a chocolate vanilla tornado swirl.
I just saw Oppenheimer's. Maybe you shouldn't be combining these things into critical mass.
Well, we'll see at the end of next week.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
All right. Taste of the Keys. They found You know those storage bins you use like in your garage, those big Rubbermaid storage bins? They found one of those full of weed on Upper Sugarloaf Key today.
Like washed up
Nope,
or
on the side of the road.
Upper Sugarloaf is the other side of Sugarloaf, the
Yes, we're on
one
Lower
by
Sugarloaf. By
Mama's.
yes, by Mangrove Mama's, by the school, by
Just
Sugarloaf
hanging out in the
School.
woods?
Like just on the side of the road.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It was all extremely well packed. Pulitzer Prize, two-time Pulitzer Prize winning journalist Gwen Filosa posted about it and was like, whoever like had this weed like needs an organization prize because it was all like very neatly like vacuum
No,
packed and
but
compressed
then
and stacked.
left it out of the car. So maybe
Yes.
not so much at the end, you know?
Yeah. So somebody found it on the side of the road and called the cops. And
Ah, narc. Um,
what would
interesting.
you do if you found a storage
Oh,
container of
I
weed?
think I'd just ignore it. Like I couldn't deal with it. I'd be like,
That's true.
It's
You're not
fine.
a
I'm
a
leaving it.
report it kind of person. Yeah, you'd be like somebody else can deal with this.
Yeah, I'll keep it someone else's problem. I mean, if it were cash, I would not have found it. I have no
That's right.
problem taking drug cash. I just
Yeah.
don't think that's from a, you know, if it's like bricks of hundreds, I just don't think that's from a needy person. I feel like that's Robin Hood if I take that and distribute it.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
If it's drugs, I don't really want to deal with it, so I think I would just leave it.
Interesting.
Let someone else report it. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't, there's no like, especially with the square groupers, right? It's not like law enforcement is gonna enforce anything if they take it, right? Who cares? It's
No,
like it's weird, but I don't want to deal with it. I don't want it.
fair enough.
I've seen enough movies where you steal cocaine and it's bad.
Well,
It's
yeah.
bad. Someone's interested in that.
So, what's the German word of the week?
It's Mahlzeit.
Bad time.
Not quite. That's French. That's Mahl.
Oh yeah, that's
M-
right. That is French.
Mahlzeit is mealtime. Mahl is
Oh,
Abendmahl. Mahlzeit. Mahlzeit, and it does mean meal or mealtime. Mahlzeit, but it also can be the meal. And the thing in Germany that TikTok reminded me of is that around lunchtime, which is kind of like from 10 to 2, when people see each other, like in offices and stuff, they go Mahlzeit, Mahlzeit, Mahlzeit. And it's like not exactly hi, and it's people you only say hi once a day in Germany. When you
huh.
meet them for the first time, you shake their hand and you like say hello. And then you don't have to acknowledge them anymore. But if you're walking by people around this of the day, you say Mahlzeit. And I don't know if it's exactly connected to going to lunch or inviting, or like if you're in an office, right? You're like going to lunch and you say Mahlzeit. Definitely happens, but I don't think it's limited to that. I think you just say Mahlzeit, like
Mm,
you're wishing them a good mealtime or something. It's a little mysterious.
interesting.
Yes. And that reminded me of when I came to America and everyone was asking me how I was doing all the time. And I really thought I had to answer
Mm,
because you don't do that anywhere else in the world. You
yeah.
don't say, "How are you doing?
There you go. How's it going?
How's it going?"
How's it
I
going,
was
dear
like,
Dad?
why do they want it? No, and so I was like trying to explain, like I'm feeling okay, or this, or I'm walking to this, or I felt like I had to report on my status. It's very annoying. I'm
For
still not quite
everybody
over that.
involved.
I'm
Yeah.
still not quite over that. How's it going? I still do too many mental gymnastics, and then decide not to really answer much.
I mean, when I ask you,
Living the
I actually
dream.
want the full answer.
Living the dream. Well, that's also jarring because you're the only one in America who wants me to answer fully.
If you would also like to hear Ingo answer fully when you ask him how's it going, you can tag him on Twitter at Ingo Burkhart. I bet a lot of people want you to fully answer because they
wait,
like you.
wait a minute. No, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like just in the hallway at school or something.
I understand.
I just don't.
I'm just here to mess with the things you've tried to teach
Now I'm
yourself.
gonna get a bunch of tweets asking how I'm going, how I'm doing, and it's gonna be living the dream is gonna be my answer. Living the
I
dream.
like it.
Yeah.
I like being the chaos gremlin like this.
Ugh.
When I was in college, I took this game theory class, and the professor was like, "Okay, so we're gonna do this game theory game. Um, everybody's gonna write down a number, and the person whose number is as close to 2/3 of the average wins." So you're picking a number between 1 and 100. And so if people just truly randomly pick a number, the average is going to be 50. And then
Mm,
the person whose number is closest to 2/3 of 50 wins, right? So 2/3 of 50 is whatever, 33.
yeah.
But then everybody knows that, like, okay, if everyone picks randomly, 33 is going to be the winning answer. But we all know it has to be less than the average. So nobody's going to pick anything over 50. And in fact, 33 is like the winning answer, but like we all know that. So if everybody's going to pick 33, then two
It
thirds
goes
of
down.
that average goes down, right? And so if you kind of iterate that out in your head, like
It's gonna
one
be
is the
one.
answer. Um, so I picked 75 because I'm like, I know I'm not going to win, but I just like the idea of fucking with everybody else. And
You're
so
throwing off the whole system.
yeah, yeah. So the professor was like, "Who picked 75?" And I was like, "I picked 75." And I was like, "I know I'm not going to win. I just wanted to mess up everybody who thought that they were really clever by picking one." And he was like, "Oh, he was very amused with me." And I was very amused with myself, and everybody else hated me.
Yeah, well, they got to learn that people aren't predictable.
Got to account for the chaos gremlins in the world, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
not enough people do that.
That's right.
I guess which is why it's fun to be a chaos gremlin.
It's so fun.
if you were if you were not, then you would just be part of the average, and that's
Cuz it mostly just fucks with people who think they're like extra clever.
well, they think they can predict how you're going to act or how that you're going to act normal.
Like people who are just like engaging in the world and going about their business, like
Yeah,
they don't
people are
really
like,
get
"You're not going to touch that painting. You're not going to lick that thing."
Well, sometimes you gotta lick the lamp for
You're
science.
not going to push that red button. It says do not push. And everything in you wants to push that button.
Maybe.
Don't tell me not to push. I push.
I do what I want.
I do what you don't want.
It's time for Ingo Corner, where you talk about whatever
Oh,
you want, and I won't tell you that it's boring.
I just think again, thanks to everyone. Um, we're happy to share our puppy joy with y'all. Um, because it's too much happy love for two people.
Yeah, thanks to everybody for like 0 people going like, I can't believe that you guys bought a puppy. Like hashtag adopt don't shop. I didn't get any of
Yeah,
those comments. I was
that,
prepared to do some aggressive blocking. I did
yeah,
not have to.
because we know, but we also it's like more love. I mean, what the heck?
1 out of every 30 dogs can be a puppy that I pick out, you know? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought there would at least be like a couple people who are going to be dicks about it, and nobody was. So that was lovely.
Those people have been blocked in the
Probably,
past.
yeah, that's probably it.
They've long left this nice corner of the internet in favor
Yeah.
of meaner pastures.
Yeah, there's plenty of places online for you to be like that, just not on my site.
Yes, exactly. So well, I love our little community here, our little corner of the internet.
Indeed.
Yes, yes.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for listening. Continue to watch for Zola updates. If you can't get enough of her, you can subscribe on Patreon, and you'll get daily videos and photos and all the things
If you
I'm filling up
if you
my phone
can't
with.
get enough of her, you know how Jen feels.
Oh my god, I just stare at her. I got all this work to do, and then I'm just like, look at how cute she is. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is very good.
All right. And until next time, Slava Ukraini, and
Yeah,
don't put anyone unless they ask you to.
that's right. Bye.
Bye.